Hey, this is Gray Fox.
And I'm Vixen.
And welcome to a Battlbox review that is long time coming. So what we're going to do is mission 31 and 32 at the same time. So I've been deployed all over the God's green earth. So I went to, go ahead.
First Texas for Harvey.
Well, really first New Orleans.
Okay, first New Orleans.
And then Harvey happened, so Texas.
Yep.
And then
Irma. You came back home just before Irma. Only to end up deploying to the east coast of Florida because they were expecting Irma to hit harder over there than on the west coast of Florida.
Either way, we set up our EOC over there, so I was over on that coast, and then I came back for a short period of time, and then Maria hit Puerto Rico, and so I'm helping out with that on the other coast, but I am home on the weekends. I drive home on the weekends. So
yes, for a very short weekend.
for 2 days. So there's a lot of stuff that we're behind on. A lot of videos we're behind on. I have some axes and videos and sharpening and everything else that need to get done, and I apologize for not being able to get to that. But
so for everybody that's disappointed that we're so late on our reviews and our updates
and some axes and some knives and some stuff like that.
Really, I'm very sorry about that.
Yeah, it's just
it's been tough.
Yeah, it's just out of hand. There's nothing I can do about it. I didn't expect these storms to happen, and when you're a guy that runs emergency response stuff, you kind of get tied up with that stuff. So
and a girl that runs offices that handles that stuff.
Right. So, needless to say, we've been extremely busy, and we're getting around to it, but with no further ado, let's get into these missions, because this is going to be a rather long video, guys and gals, because we are doing 2 Battlebox missions together, but we wanted to get something out while I'm home, so that at least we get video to you and our impressions and thoughts on both of these missions. I haven't even had a chance to look at these missions, so they're kind of fresh to me. I haven't really had a chance to be on the forums as much as I like to be, so I really don't 100% know what's in these boxes. So for me, I usually know everything, so this should be kind of fun for us. Right? So with no further ado, let's get into mission 31.
Okay, so mission 31 is the Community and Wildfire Protection Plan.
Okay,
so this is really kind of interesting because we live in Florida right now. It's hurricane season. Well, when hurricane season ends, wildfire season starts.
Dry season. Yeah, exactly.
So this is really important for people like us, and also on the West Coast. I know wildfires are a pretty common thing, like in California and Arizona and places like that. So not to belittle what all is in here. This is really, really important stuff.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what we got.
Okay, so in the basic, the $24.99 cost, we have water gel burn kit.
Water gel burn kit. Okay,
so it's a $24.95 value.
So it comes in this nice pouch, and it is burn dressing. Stops burn, cools burn, relieves pain. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, so burn dressings. Looks like we have another burn dressing soaked, so they're already wet, so it'll give you a lot of relief very quickly. And then it also comes with some antibiotics and different cool gels all in one pouch. So very nice. It's all in one place and easy to put in a kit, and you know what it is when you grab it. So I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Very cool.
Alright, so next up we have a Ready Mask, a $9.99 value.
Ready Mask.
Is that just...
I doubt it. That looks pretty pricey. Here we go. Okay, so adhesive sealing particle mask. So it looks like a particle mask that also covers your eyes and your mouth, and it looks like it sticks to you. Probably wouldn't work for me, but it would work for Vixen. So this is more of a just get the hell out quick type of mask, disposable mask, with an anti-fog windshield, or anti-fog eye shield. So yeah, it gives you a nice seal. So if you needed to get out of something really quickly, out of any debris or anything like that, it looks like it protects you against like pepper spray and pollution and smoke particles and things like that. So for a quick and easy mask to just throw on and get the hell out for a single time use, pretty slick. How much is that?
It is a $9.99 value.
Yeah, not bad. So yeah, pretty cool. See, it just sticks to your face.
Yeah.
With me, it would not work.
No, not so much. I think you would have to like hold it to your cheeks or something as you run out the door. That sounds pretty awful.
All right, next.
Okay, next we have, I'm not sure if that's Wagon or Wagon. Tech Fred Light Emergency Beacon.
Okay, it's a Fred light. So this is an emergency beacon light. It's not only is it magnetic, but it has a hook on it as well. But it gives you different types of lights and strobes, and like a rotational light or a flashing light or a flashlight or a single blink or rotational or alternate. So it gives you all sorts of different blinking and signal patterns on this light, which is really damn handy. I really like it. So if you needed to put something up for people to see in an emergency, that would be awesome for that. It would also work great in camping stuff and other stuff, and as a distraction light and things like that. So pretty cool light, actually. Okay. I like it. I think it's pretty neat.
All right. Well, that's a $14.95 value.
Okay.
Okay. And then last up in the basic box, the U.S. Patrol Fire Resistant Document Bag.
Okay, so a fire resistant document bag. So if you got to keep money or discs or computer tabs or anything like that in here to keep it fireproof, you can put it in this document bag and then put it in a fireproof safe.
Right. I think it's a really good idea. Anyway, people should kind of keep their important documents that they need, to grab in a hurry when bailing out of their home for whatever reason.
Yep.
In something like this.
Yeah, and it's basically made out of the same material as a fire blanket's made out of.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep, real cool. It's definitely something we'll use to keep like birth certificates and titles to our vehicles and things like that. Passports. Yep, absolutely. Very cool. And we always keep a disc with like all of our pictures on it and stuff, so that in case something was to happen, an emergency to the house, we still have all of our photographs on a disc.
Right.
Plus, I also upload them to the cloud, so that way we have everything that we need.
Right. So I imagine that that's also waterproof too, because
no,
it's not.
No, fireproof.
Well, see, here's my concern: if there's a fire and the fire department comes in, with their hoses, then there's smoke damage to stuff, and then there's water damage, when they're putting out the fire in your house. So there's nothing that really encompasses everything.
Not really, but I mean, the point being is that you would put it in here and then you would put it into a safe.
Okay.
And then the safes are pretty much fireproof or waterproof for the most part, right?
Okay.
I mean, you're going to get some splash, but not too much, right? So, yeah, you need to do both. You need to put it in here and then put it in the safe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so that was everything that was in the basic box. I want to point out that the very first thing, the water gel burn kit, was a $24.95 value. So right there alone, you got the value of your basic box.
Yep. I like it. I mean, the nice thing is that if you put it in this at a bug out bag or a first aid kit bag or whatever, it's really easy to identify, hey, this is where my burn kit is.
Right. Right.
So I just really like that idea.
Very cool. So moving on to the advanced box, the $49.99 cost. We have Fire Mask RPD 60.
I'm guessing this is this bad boy, which comes in a really cool case. Let's see. Fire mask. Okay, so it's a full coverage mask, so you could actually use it if you had a beard on your face. See, it goes all the way over your head.
Yeah.
So it's a full mask that completely encompasses your face and head. Let me open this up.
I like the little case it comes in.
Yeah, it's a nice, cool case.
I'm all about those cool cases.
So it comes with the mask and it's sealed in here, and then it comes with some gloves as well. So that's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, real nice. Very cool. And it's a nice little kit, nice case. You can keep it together. You can hang it somewhere, like in a bedroom. You could hang it on a hook in the wall. That way you can always, easily get to it. This is something that I would consider buying 2 of, so that we have one for each of us.
Right.
How much is it?
It is $39.95.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'd definitely buy a second one just so that we have it.
Sure. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
All right, and then next up we have the small fiberglass fire blanket.
Okay.
$14.95.
So this is a fire blanket. I'm very familiar with these. You can pull it out. It's very hard to get these back into these bags properly, but anyway, see, it's the same material.
Yeah.
So if you just had to throw this over your body just to get out of something without getting all burned to shit, this would work fantastic for that. Definitely a good thing to have. A real good thing to have. You can cover somebody else up, you can get out, you know, you're going to want to cover yourself up, you're going to want to stay low and out of the smoke, and just crawl your way out as quickly as you possibly can. But another good thing to do while you're in your house is always look for at least 2 forms of access and egress in every room. So whether you have permanent windows that you would need a glass break to break the window out to get out, or you know, you have a patio door like we have going out to the pool, and then we have a second door. Right. You know, even if you had to go through a wall, a lot of people forget that most walls are just drywall, and it's very easy to just rip out the drywall and go between the studs if you have to get out and go through the wall. So those are all just different things to think about, right? So anyways, but very cool product.
Yeah, so that's everything that's in the advanced box. I think this is a really great value because, you know, all the stuff in the basic and the advanced box, you're looking at a value of $114.78 for $49.99.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome.
And it's all usable stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's all very usable stuff.
Right. So next up we have the Pro Box, the $99.99 cost. Soteria Fire Throwable Fire Extinguisher.
Okay. So that's this here. It looks like a liquid that you just throw directly into the fire. Yep. So this is a liquid bottle that you just throw directly into the fire. Use with initial fires only. Do not consume. I know some of you are thinking about drinking it. Do not expose directly to sunlight. Keep out of reach of young children.
It is red. It looks like fruit punch, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, it looks like you just toss it straight into the fire.
Okay, so you don't even have to, like, open it or anything? Just toss the whole darn bottle?
Right. So it'd be good for, like, wood, paper, and fuel, like gasoline and stuff like that. You just throw this directly in as the fire is just getting started, and this will put it right out.
Okay.
So, pretty slick. Yeah. I kind of like it. Yep.
All right. So that was a value of, wow, $69.99.
Wow. That's some pricey liquid.
Yeah, it is.
Huh. We've got some really good vodka that costs us less than that. just saying. I mean, it doesn't help with the fire at all, but...
Not so much.
It helps after the fire, right? Oh, it sucks. Oh. But anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So now we're at Pro Plus, the Knife of the Month Club.
Okay.
Knife of the Month Club.
Knife of the Month Club. Anyways.
We need a theme song for that.
We do, absolutely. Some sort of jingle.
We have the...
Tomahawk.
Tactical Tomahawk.
Okay. All right, you guys know me and my knives and axes, so let's see. Is there anything left in there that you want to grab?
No, not really. Well,
there's a card.
There's a card. I'll grab that up.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of a breaker box type, or a breaker axe. So you have your prying tool on the back and your axe on the front. Wow, that's pretty damn sharp. And then you have a pry tool on the bottom for prying a door frame open or whatever you got to do. It has a nice, well, the handle's a little thick. It needs to be rounded out a little bit more for me, but that's something I can do myself. It looks like G10, so I can definitely make that fit my hand a little bit better. But yeah, you know, the one thing I looked at, I see there's no sheath in the box. And we definitely would want to put a sheath on this. It looks like the Cold Steel Viking axe. It looks like that sheath would fit on here. But they probably make a sheath for it, so we'll have to look into that. I'm a little disappointed they didn't throw a sheath in here, to be honest. But other than that, it's a cool axe. It's a really cool axe. But definitely needs to have a sheath on it for when you're carrying it around or moving it around or putting it on a pack or whatever. Which would be easy to strap to a pack with this hole right here. you know, just to hold it on. I mean, it's a little weighty, but I think it's a cool enough tool that it's worth the weight. I mean, it would be a great defensive weapon as well as, you know, something to get you out of danger and out of harm's way and rip shit up. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I think it's very cool. I just wish it came with a sheath.
Okay.
It really needs one. And I'm not a real fan of how they did this edge.
But you're gonna fix it.
Yeah, but I'll fix it. Yeah. They put a false edge coming up, and then they put a real shallow edge on the very tip. This would definitely be a lot stronger and last a lot longer if it was convex. I know right now you guys that know me are saying, damn you, Gray Fox, and your convex edges, but it's a proven fact that they just last longer and stay sharp for a long time. But anyways, but other than that, this is a really cool tool. I really like it. Definitely something that is a good design and that serves a great purpose. So, very cool.
Okay, so that has a value of $139.99. That is a pricey tomahawk.
That is a pricey tomahawk. It's cool though. I mean, I think it's worth it probably. All right, what else you got?
Okay, so also in the box came a card. Here, I'll give this to you.
Looks like $50 off, which is normally $149 for some type of fire suppression system. Non-toxic dry chemical, no power needed, no water needed. It doesn't really say exactly what it is. It's not very clear. I mean, it shows a picture of it. Almost looks like a fire alarm on front of a fire extinguisher.
Right.
But I don't exactly get it. It's not exactly the best descriptor of what this thing actually is. But either way, if you go to havenfiresafety.com, they're giving $50 off whatever this product may be. So, anyways.
Okay.
So what do you think of the box?
So I think there's a lot of really useful things in there. I think that's really great. I know that some people are kind of not overly excited about some of the boxes lately, but I can't think of a single product in here that wasn't kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good box. I think it's a really good box.
Yeah.
I think everything serves a purpose, and I think you're definitely getting your value with what you're getting. I mean, it's $325 about worth of stuff for $150, and it's a lot of products that I wouldn't have thought of. And so I think it's a really good box.
Right, right.
I like it. So Mission 31, thumbs up.
Definite thumbs up.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, with no further ado, to Mission 32. So, as you guys know, I am a knife and self-defense fanatic, right? So, I've been involved in martial arts and self-defense since I was, what, 6? So, since I was just a little kid, you know. And knives I've been collecting for most of my life. I've taken many classes and courses on it and things like that. And as Tanya will attest here,
Vixen?
As Vixen will attest to, I'm pretty handy with a knife. So, you know, I like to make them, I like to play with them, I like to use them, you know, etc., etc.
Right.
And with this month being I forget what they called it, self-defense box?
Yes.
Yep.
Self-defense box, that's exactly what they call it.
Self-defense box, that's pretty cool. So, I'm looking forward to going through and seeing what they have in here.
It says danger close.
Danger close.
Danger, danger.
Yep. So I have a good head on my shoulders for probably most of the products in this box. So I'm looking forward to getting through this one.
Awesome.
Awesome. So what we got?
So starting out with the basic box, the $24.99 cost, we have the ABKT Punch Dagger.
ABKT. American Buffalo Knife, something. But ABKT Inc. Okay.
Okay.
So let's take a look, Ski. Definitely there's a chain in there. Wow. This thing is like a baby. This thing is itty bitty. Oh my gosh. So it comes with a chain. Doesn't feel like a standard dog tag chain, but it comes with a chain. It feels smaller, right? Kind of cheaper.
Yeah.
It comes with, I wouldn't call this Kydex, I'd call it plastic. but maybe it's Kydex, but it looks like plastic to me. Looks like it has micarta scales of sorts. So it's just a little punch dagger. So it's not really sharp on the sides, but it's sharp at the point, so it would definitely serve its purpose. It's all kind of poorly machined, to be honest. It definitely will serve its purpose. How much is it?
$9.99.
Yeah, for $9.99, definitely worth the value for what it is, because it's a really light little punch dagger. I wish they would, when they do the machining process, they end up ribbing it when they're doing it with the machine, and it just doesn't look right. They need to smooth it out better, but for the price, I mean, I can see that definitely being of value. But you know, little micarta scales. It would definitely serve its purpose as, you know, it would hurt like a bitch. You know, and you get an inch and a half of, you know, of punching this thing, so it definitely cause some serious damage for what it is.
Yeah. My concern is that this chain isn't going to last very long. I mean, it's a $10 value, so the value is really in the knife, not the chain itself.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable it would be, but anyways, so yeah, I mean, it's not bad though. I think it's pretty cool little knife for the value, for the price. Sits in here secure enough that you're not going to have to worry about it popping out, and it's very concealable. And it would definitely serve its purpose for self-defense and a last-ditch effort type thing, you know.
So, not a knock on this product specifically, just the concept of the neck knife. I think a lot of women are kind of reluctant to wear that because, well, it kind of looks bad on women, to be honest.
Right.
So, I work in an office Monday through Friday. The only way I would wear a neck knife at all is if it's made to look like a piece of jewelry that is an easily concealable,
like that mantis ring that we saw at Blade Show.
Exactly.
So mantis knives, they make this ring, and it's all like mother of pearl around the side, right? And it just looks like a pretty piece of jewelry, and that's a really cool neck knife.
Yes.
It's pricey, but it's really cool.
Yes. But here's my thought, you know, I mean, that knife right there was a $10 value. Had they put a little effort into making, you know, a sheath that kind of looks like a pretty piece of jewelry,
right,
you know, with a nice chain. And again, it's not a knock on this company, it's just the concept of the neck knife for women. I bet you they would sell to women.
Yeah, I bet so too.
You know, and honestly
I didn't even honestly think about it that way, but for a guy, you just tuck it under your t-shirt or whatever, and it's perfectly fine. And it's definitely a wearable thing. It's not what I would use because I like, I have a Tops neck knife that I really like. It's a little bit bigger and it actually serves a wide range of purposes.
Right.
But as far as for what it is, it's not bad at all.
But I'm looking at this box from a female perspective.
No, of course, I get it.
You know, from a self-defense, because ladies should be more self-defense minded than most of us are.
Right.
You know, and I'm pretty comfortable saying that. I think there's a good portion of the population of women that really are self-defense trained and, you know, think that way, but the vast majority of women do not. And we get ourselves in situations where, you know, we should be more mindful than we are.
Sure, absolutely. Yep, I mean, that's all about preparing, right?
Yeah.
Preparing for the worst.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, you know, if we make it look like a piece of jewelry, I think more women that wouldn't be thinking self-defense might actually consider it more.
Yeah, and they'd have it on. No, that's an excellent thought.
You know, because self-defense, you know, knives and whatnot, I mean, they're all great coming in a box, but if you're not going to use it, then
what's the point?
What's the point?
I get it. All right, moving on.
Okay. Moving on. So next up we have the Sabre Personal Defense Spray.
Oh, pepper spray?
Yeah. So this is kind of cool actually because Gray Fox actually bought that for me a few years back.
Yeah, she actually has this exact product, and it's a very good product.
I don't know, I've never actually tested it.
Well, no, but I've watched it on video. I've seen the evidence and proof of it, and the Sabre Red is really good. Not only is it like hardcore pepper spray, and that you get 35 bursts out of it, but it also has a UV dye in it, so once you spray somebody, they can blacklight them and see that person that attacked you, right? And the stuff stains their skin and lasts for a long time. Kind of like bank dye. If you steal money from a bank, there's bank dye, and that'll stay on your skin for a long time. This works the same way, except for it's UV, so they use a black light and they can see the person's, you know, face and hands and whatever else. Yeah, so pepper spray, definitely something that I wouldn't carry, but something that Vixen would carry, like in her purse or whatever. Yeah, very cool.
So that's a $10.99 value, and I think that's what you paid for it.
Yep, definitely worth it. Yep.
Okay, so next up, Sabre Personal Key Ring Alarm.
Okay. Okay, I actually took this out of the plastic. So it's just a little alarm device that goes on a key ring, and then once you pull it out.
Okay, that's pretty horrible. Let's not do that again.
It sets off a really loud ass alarm. So this would definitely be a good deterrent, right? And it would draw a lot of attention. So I think this is a fantastic product, and I'm glad that they put this in the box.
Yeah.
This is great. It actually would serve multiple purposes. You could use it as, you could set this up as a trip alarm. You could set it up as a door alarm, where if somebody tried to come through a door, it would pop this off and set the alarm off. So it serves multiple purposes, and I think it's a fantastic product. And it's definitely something that is useful in many of these self-defense scenarios.
Right. I think that would be really great for kids. Kids walking to and from school.
Yeah.
You know, especially like during winter months when it's sometimes dark. When
Absolutely. Or just going to the park or biking home or doing whatever. You know, I mean, there's just
Do kids even do that anymore?
I don't know, man. My kids are, you know, our kids are grown.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not. I'm not worried about them anymore. But you know, they're bigger than me. But anyways, so
it's true.
Yeah, so I'm not really worried about the kids so much, but for like Vixen, it would be a handy thing to have. And like I said, you could use it for multiple different situations, right? You could use it as a door alarm. You could use it as a trip alarm. You could use it as, you know, a self-defense tool. You could use it as a lot of different things. So very cool. Yeah, I like it. I like that a lot. That's one of my favorite things in the box so far.
Okay, and so next up, still in the basic box, we have ViperTech VTS 989 stun gun.
ViperTech. I've been seeing these for a long time, and I've never actually owned one. I've had tasers before, but never a stun gun. Okay, so it comes with this really nice pouch, so you can put it on your belt. It comes with a charging cable. So you can charge it back up, so it's reusable.
The box is really pretty.
Yep, you don't have to change the batteries. That's a typical Asian box, actually.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. We have a flashlight option, and then one more up, and stun gun. So I don't know if I would carry this around, but it might be cool in like a bug out bag or a truck or whatever if you needed to use some sort of less than lethal situation. I don't know how often I would have this with me, but I think it definitely serves a purpose.
Yeah, I think it's cool that we got one because we didn't own one before.
Right.
I just don't know.
I like the fact that it's rechargeable too.
Yeah, I don't know how we would use it or what application we would use that in.
Right, I don't either. But I mean, if you were getting attacked by a dog or something, you could zap the piss out of them.
Yeah, but I'm not carrying that, so.
No, but it might be good to, like when you go for walks at night, it might be, you know, if you're walking the dogs at night, it might be something to have on you.
Okay.
I mean, it's a possibility, right?
It's a possibility,
you know?
Sure.
And there's other scenarios that, you know, maybe you could use it for. Again, I don't see where it fits in with my particular kit, but I think it's a cool tool and it serves a purpose.
Right. So I guess some people didn't get those because not everybody lives in a state where that is allowed. So the people that didn't get those, instead, they got the U.S. Marine hand-to-hand combat book, which we actually have.
Yeah, I have the big one. Yeah, I was an instructor, so I have the instructor's book.
And then they also got a tactical notebook, which I kind of would have liked to have seen.
Yeah, it's actually just a green like binder that you can put right in the reading stuff in.
Oh, okay.
It's actually really cool.
Oh, okay.
So I like it. I might actually trade somebody for one of those.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked it.
Okay, cool. So the value is definitely there. I mean, it was $24.99 for that. For a $54.95 value, definitely there.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right. Next.
Okay. So moving on to the advanced box.
Trying to go a little bit quicker this time than normal because it's 2 in 1.
I know, but you keep interrupting me. The advanced box. The $49.99 cost. First up, we have the Ready Man Wraith Fixed Blade Belt Knife.
Ready Man. All right, so I've had mixed love-hate with Ready Man. It's Daniel Dobbs' design. So Daniel Dobbs, of course, the CEO of Battlebox, apparently designed this knife, and that's pretty cool. He designs a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he does.
And he gets involved in designing a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So this is a nice flat of the back knife that you can wear very flat to your back. It has a rubberized grip, kind of a Tonto point front with a real heavy slant Tonto front. Not your typical 45-degree wedge, but a little bit wider edge with some serrations. It's definitely sharp. It has some jimping on the top. It has a really nice grip to it. I actually really like this knife. It's small, it's compact. You could definitely wear it on the small of your back.
This is actually really pretty flat. This is
it's
very
extremely
small.
Flat.
And with the length of my hair, I mean, it wouldn't even matter if my shirt was tucked in or not. I could hide this really easily, which is kind of awesome because I never would have thought to wear a belt knife otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, if your hands are wet or something, you'd stick to this. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, nope, it's nice and flat and very concealable. So, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So I think you guys did a good job with this one.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah, I'm not always a big fan of Ready Man, but I think that's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, it's a cool product. Their backpack that they made was pretty cool too.
Yep. We ended up giving that to
Eric, our oldest son.
You're dropping names today.
I'm horrible.
So sorry.
Yep.
So also in the advanced box we have BattleTech Kubaton.
Okay, so
right? Kubaton?
Yeah, Kubaton. Yep.
Okay.
BattleTech is a Battlebox brand self-defense tools and knives and things like that. And this is the first of their products I've seen. Kubaton is a self-defense tool. Oh, that's actually really cool. It's super light. I mean, like super light. So it's got to be made out of aluminum. Definitely got to be made out of aluminum. And it has, it has a nice little point to it, but not something that's gonna.
It says aircraft grade aluminum.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It has a nice ring to it, so you could definitely, get a good grip on it to hold it for striking downward, or put your pinky in it for striking upward. It actually has a pocket clip, which, I mean, I wouldn't put it in my pocket, but to clip to a bag or something. I mean, I would definitely add this to a kit because it doesn't weigh anything. When you're building your kits, one of your big considerations is weight, because you can only have so much stuff until you're like, I can't carry this around forever.
Yeah,
right?
I could see you putting it in like one of the pockets of your laptop bag, the bag that you carry.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. Yeah, no, so I definitely see a purpose with this. And these are more or less, I mean, you can use it, it's a defensive tool. And you can also use it to, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically to make people do things you want them to do. You can move people in different directions. You can make people stand up that are sitting down. You can do all sorts of things like that without actually leaving marks on them by using a tool like this. So it's more of a, coercion tool. You can use it for a lot of different things. So, for example, if you were to push this in just underneath the right shoulder blade to get people to move forward. You could. To move them in either direction, just slightly under the armpit, underneath the fourth rib. To get somebody to stand up that's sitting down, you just hold the tip and you put it right behind the earlobe and you push up, and people stand up just like that. Just different things like that that are really cool to use for a tool like this, and it doesn't leave any marks. So there's nothing that you have to explain later on. So anyways, so these will definitely work great for crowd control, things like that, and self-defense. So anyways, I really like it. The fact that it has the clip to hold on to something is good. The fact that you can take it off if you don't want it is good. I actually like the clip option because once you have it on something, you know where it is. It's going to stay there. It's not going to fall around in the pocket and everything else. So yeah, this is for being the first BattleTech product, this is a home run for me. This is an awesome tool. So as you guys know, I didn't like the Scallywag tool. I thought the Scallywag tool dagger wasn't a dagger. It was definitely a a
letter opener.
Yeah, a letter opener or a punch tool type thing. For me, this serves way more purpose, and it's way better. So I really like this. Dan and Kern and John and all you guys that got involved in it, excellent job. Perfect. Yep. So yeah, very, very nice.
Okay, so that's everything that's in the advanced box. Moving on to the Pro box, the $99.99 cost. We have Mantis BK2A bottleneck knife.
Yeah, I should have said persuasion tool, right?
Persuasion tool.
Yeah, more of a persuasion tool. You can persuade people to do things.
Coercion works too.
Yeah, either way. Okay, so what was next? I'm sorry.
Miniature torture device, perhaps.
Hey man, when the best thing when you're doing stuff like that is you don't want to leave marks, right? So those things do a good job of doing that.
Okay.
Just saying, it's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
So we're on to the Pro box, the Mantis BK2A bottleneck knife.
So we spent a lot of time talking to Mantis at Blade Show this year. They have a lot of really cool, unique items.
Yes.
And I think it was Matt. Is that right?
I don't remember his name.
I think his name was Matt, but really cool guy. So I actually, they had this there, so I saw it. So this does have a pocket clip on it. It's got a bottle opener. This is not my favorite of the things that they make. They make some really, really cool knives.
Yeah, like they had that neck knife that was...
The ring neck knife that we were just talking about, that was really cool.
It was a little pricey.
They had a cool pocket knife with a unique locking mechanism. Mm-hmm. They had some really cool stuff. So look into Mantis knives. They make some really, really awesome stuff. So this one opens similar to a butterfly knife. It has, you put pressure on it to open it, and then it flips around, and then comes back, and you put pressure on it to lock it back in, I think if I can get this thing locked. Yep, okay. So, I don't like that there's, I mean, if you were to use this as a defensive tool, your hand is probably going to slide up and you're going to cut yourself because there's no way to really stop your hand. But to use this as a bar tool or just an everyday carry, open boxes, open beers, whatever, this is a cool little knife, right? I like it, and I like the fact that it's so different. I mean, I've got a plethora of knives, right? And so when you get something that's of a different design and unique to itself, that's pretty cool.
Right.
So, and I think they call this, what, the bottleneck knife?
Yes, they call it bottleneck.
Yeah, because it's got a unique bottleneck shape, and it has a bottle opener. So yeah, cool little knife, and it's unique, know, and unique is good.
Okay, so next up we have Bastion Gear's self-defense belt tool.
So most of you know how I feel about Bastion. I haven't gotten a product from them yet that I didn't like, or as we feel. Mike does a great job of putting out products that we enjoy.
He's such a cool guy, and he's got quite the fertile imagination for useful tools.
Yeah, fertile. Okay. So it's slotted, so you can slot this right over the top of your belt. So You know, so like this is a belt. It slots right over the top of it. You know, so you slot it right on there and hold it against yourself. And it's not ugly. It's got some pretty cool designs to it. It has Bastion written on it. It looks pretty neat, actually. Yeah. I like the way that they, you know, did the cutouts on it. Mm-hmm. It has a bottle opener on this side. Oh, that would do some freaking damage. They put a glass break on here. The only problem with that is that if you punch through a window, there's a chance of you cutting up the rest of your fingers. But in reality, if you need to get out,
yeah,
who gives a shit about a few little glass shards in your fingers when you're trying to get the hell out?
Right.
So the fact that you can carry this easily, it doesn't require a special pouch. You can put it right on your belt and everything else. I realize that this is the equivalent of a brass knuckle, and some places you can't carry that. Luckily, as a concealed weapon in Florida, it's okay. But I know there's some other locations that you cannot have it. But yeah, this is pretty slick. I really like it. Good job, Mike and gang. This is really cool.
Yeah. Now it's probably going to be way too big for my fingers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to be way too big for your hands.
Yeah.
But for me, it fits perfect. My finger fits right in there. So yeah, and it hits my palm swell inside my hand. So if you hit something, you don't have to worry about it coming back and hurting your fingers because it hits your palm swell. But yeah, no, this would definitely be a good tool for, you know, getting out of, you know, whatever kind of fight. I mean, that would bash some ribs, it would break a skull. I mean, it's hardcore. I mean, this thing is a monstrosity. And the fact that you can just drop it on your belt is really, really cool.
Right.
So I like this thing a lot. Good job, guys. This thing is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
So a good thing to be wearing in case you're anticipating a bar fight, perhaps?
Well, no, you wouldn't want to use it in a bar fight because you'll be going to prison.
Okay, so don't listen to that advice.
Yeah, no, not a good idea. Yeah, no, I wouldn't use it in a bar fight. But to have it on you if you were being attacked, then, you know, in a unique situation where you had to get the hell out and you had something on you, it'd be fantastic to have. If you had to break a window for whatever reason, you just had it on your belt. I mean, eventually, if you wear that enough, you'll forget it's there. You know, so it's just a good tool that you can have on you, and you don't really realize that you even have it, you know, until you need it. So yeah, no, I really like it. I think it's very, very cool.
Okay, cool. So the value of that was $59.99.
Yeah, and it's solid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely all day long. He makes some high quality stuff. That's definitely high quality all day long.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're up to the Pro Plus, the Knife of the Month Club.
Okay.
Still no jingle for Knife of the Month.
Knife of the Month Club.
Knife of the Month Club.
So again, this is a BattleTech knife. I was actually really surprised that their first knife that they came out with, well, their first product, of course, being that Kubotan, but their first knife is a karambit, which I think, as we discussed earlier, tells me that that Dan has some balls.
Yes.
Some serious balls. Because on the forums, if you follow the forums for BattleBox, everybody said, we don't want a karambit, right? Karambits, nobody likes karambits, nobody wants a karambit.
And Dan must have sat there and read that and said, you only think you don't like them.
Because I'm going to make one that you do like.
I'm going to make one you like.
So, in saying that, of course, I'm hesitant because I don't like karambits, right? I don't see a huge purpose in them because I like knives that serve multiple purposes. A karambit is typically just a fighting knife. But the way they made this one, first off, it has a lock, so you can lock it open or lock it closed. The lock is ambidextrous on both sides, and then when you open it, it has a unique curve to it. It's not overly curved like most karambits are, so it does have a fairly useful blade. It would make a really good self-defense tool. It feels good in the hand. Let me lock this. Yep, did I lock it? Yep, so that's locked. So now I can't push the backspacer to open it or to close it up. So it feels good in the hand. You can use it both as a striking tool or a cutting tool or a trapping tool, whatever you want. You can of course hold it in this position, which is a more of a slashing position, or a tactical position, if you will, for trapping, or you can hold it upside down for more of a gutting and slashing type position. But yeah, very cool. And again, you can use it for like a hammer strike, for a fist strike, cutting. It has a nice blade to it. They put it together really well. It's G10, it looks like to me. Is this G10? Does it say?
D2 steel.
Yeah, so D2 steel is good because it doesn't break down as fast as some of the other steels.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say?
No.
Well, this is definitely G10. Okay. I can tell you it's G10.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, G10 handles. It does have a pocket clip, although, you know, if you wore it as a pocket clip, it's definitely not going to be deep carry. But I like the fact that it locks closed and you don't have to worry about it popping open on you. Is this something I would carry every day? Absolutely not.
I just really want to use it as like the most evil looking box cutter ever at the
And it would work awesome at that, right?
I know.
It would work awesome because of
totally
that
freak people
tail and
out
tip
too. I
that's
love
on it. So this is really cool as far as that goes. Again, it'd be an awkward carry in your pocket, especially because if you carry it in your pocket, it's, you know, this wide, and this is your pocket clip, so it would sit at kind of an angle to sit flat. So definitely not something that I would put in my pocket, but again, this would work to clip to a bag or something like that. The value that I see in it, some angel fell out of the sky with that one. But anyways, so the value I see in this personally I still don't like karambits, but this is a well done karambit and you did a hell of a job on it. Right. So I'm happy with that part of it. So, but the value I see in it is this is the first knife that BattleTech has put out, which to me makes it collectible. Because it's the first knife that they have put out from their company to the general public. So to me that means something, right? So I'm going to hang on to it because I just think it's cool to have their first production knife. I wish they would have numbered it, but you know, it's still pretty cool.
So they're listing the value of that at $119.99.
Well, it fits in the range of anything else that's of high quality. So they used D2 steel, which I like, as you know. Is there better steels? Yes, but for what it's used for, it would definitely be blood resistant. So I do like the D2 for that. G10 scales, they're high quality scales. The locking mechanism is good. Not only does it have a good positive lockup with the back lock, so it's definitely not going anywhere, but you have the option of locking it out and making sure that you don't accidentally close it, because now you can't open it if you wanted to. The other good thing is that once it's closed, you can lock it and you don't have to worry about it accidentally opening in a pocket or in a bag or whatever. Yeah, I think that the value is there.
Yeah?
Yeah, even though, like I said, I don't like karambits personally, but I think as far as karambits go, this is actually pretty cool. They did a great job. So, that's that. And
I just really want to take it to work.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought this was going to be a negative review. I did. I thought it was going to be a negative review because of my disdain for the karambits, because I think of knives as multiple purpose tools, right? A knife is a tool. So I didn't see it as something of having that great of a value to me.
Yeah.
Right? But after seeing it and having it in my hand and realizing how comfortable it is and how well they did the locking mechanism and the double lock and everything else, they did a great job, and it's definitely something that I'm going to hang on to. So, very cool.
Awesome.
Yep. And then, American Buffalo Knife and Tool.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yep. So this is just explaining their website and stuff. And then Saber, who makes the pepper spray and stun gun, right?
No, the pepper spray and then the key ring.
Oh, the key ring thing. Okay. They apparently have a 5,000 lumen LED flashlight. Yeah, probably blind people, but they're giving 20% off. Okay. And they also have other pepper spray products that they make, and they make good stuff. So, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't want to make this an extendedly long video beyond what it already is at this point, because I know it's already pretty long. But honestly, I think that that's a great box. I think you guys did a great job. Would I have liked to seen something else? Honestly, I don't know what else you could have put in there that would have been whatever, you know. There was what I considered some filler, like that neck knife and stuff like that, but it was still pretty cool. It still serves a purpose, right? And it definitely serves a self-defense purpose. So the BattleTech, both BattleTech products, I think are great. That Readyman knife, even though I'm not a huge fan of Readyman, I think that this one is a great product. The stun gun, even though we may not use it, somebody else might, and I do see where it does serve a purpose. The Mantis knife, even though it's kind of a strange, goofy knife, I think that it's cool.
Yeah.
It definitely has that factor. This Bastion, you know, what do they call it? Self-defense belt tool. I think it's awesome. I think it's a fantastic tool. The pepper spray, this is good pepper spray. I think it's fantastic. The little neck knife I just talked about. And then this key ring thing I think is outstanding. I think it's just a really cool idea. It's definitely loud, and it serves multiple purposes. So great job, Battlebox. As much as I expected it to not be my favorite box in the world, I think it's very awesome. I think you did a great job.
I think it actually ranks among the top 10 boxes that we've received from
Battlebox, surprisingly, I agree with you.
And we were kind of prepared to, you know, be a little bummed out about this box because Gray Fox is such an expert at self-defense stuff, and yet we're not. And I want to point out that we pay for our box. It's not comp to us, you know, for our review, nothing like that. So what you're getting in our review is full-on honesty.
Our opinions.
This is our opinion. We're not paid for it. This is really how we feel.
Yeah, exactly. So other than that, I hope that you guys enjoyed the review. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm hoping to get all your knife sharpened axes done and all that stuff shortly.
We're so behind. I'm so very sorry.
Yeah, I apologize, but we'll get to it. I have another 2 weeks of this to go through, and then once that's done, I'm going to probably take like a week off and I'll catch up on everything.
Right. And I also want to point out that anybody that wants something for Christmas, right now is when you need to send us those orders.
Yeah, you definitely need to order it now.
Because it's going to take
time for us to get that stuff done. Absolutely. So other than that, thank you guys. Thank you all for your well wishes while I was out to all these storms. You guys were fantastic getting me messages through Battlebox and Twitter and Instagram. A lot of you on Instagram caught me and sent well wishes, and I appreciate that. But other than that, we hope you guys have an outstanding weekend and next week, and we'll see.
Anybody in the path of the next hurricane?
Yeah, it looks like one's going up towards Louisiana and cutting up. So we'll see what happens with that. Man, it's been one thing after another here.
It's been
it's
really
like Groundhog Day of hurricanes. It's crazy.
Hurricane season.
Yeah.
And on a personal note, we had to say goodbye to our beloved boxer Boris.
I didn't know you were going to bring that up. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So yes, we had to put down our boxer. He definitely, you know, was a treasured member of the family, but he was suffering way too much. So we had to take the long walk, and I had to put him down.
Poor old man. He was almost 13.
Yeah, but great dog, fantastic, and he'll always live in our hearts, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So for anybody out there, Boxers are great dogs.
They are great dogs. So, on that note, thank you guys very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think. And peace.
See ya.
Stay foxy. Booyah.